I'm Dr. Flo, not telling you what I heard, but what I know. What I know is that you're loved and lovable. You've always been loved and lovable, and you're going to be loved and lovable for the rest of your life. Every day online, I encourage, equip, and empower bold dreamers to follow their dream, not my dream, your dream, by using your time, talent, and treasure for good on the planet. And I'm so grateful that all of my TikTok crew is here tonight. Shout out to Fat Baby Mojo, Tara Olo Studio, Awesome Angie Enterprises, and also I saw Steamy here, who's been here for the last few days, or at least a day, enjoying the work that we do here in our network. And you can always go to lovedandlovable.bio.link, lovedandlovable.bio.link, lovedandlovable.bio.link to join all of our programs and come into the family. Okay, so Wednesdays are Heart Chakra Wednesdays, Anahata. It's all about the mantra of I love. We focus on our heart chakra, that beaming love that can come from all of us, no matter who we are. The heart chakra, Anahata, in Sanskrit, is the fourth. It's the fourth chakra. I had my Jesus juice, y'all. The heart chakra, Anahata, is the fourth chakra. It's positioned at the center of the chest. It's a sacred gateway between the three lower chakras, which govern the physical and personal, and the upper chakras, which govern the spiritual and the universal. All right. It's in the chakra. Clock it. It's in these chakras that we acknowledge compassion, love, forgiveness, empathy, and deep connection. All right. That's where all of that energy resides. The compassionate, the love, the forgiveness, the empathy, and the deep connection. It's right there in our heart chakra. And some people feel like they're out of balance, or like they're not getting and receiving the love that they want in their lives. And a lot of that is because their heart chakra is out of balance. And I don't believe in teaching people that there's something bad with them or that there's something wrong with them, but it could be your heart chakra being a little unbalanced if you're not experiencing compassion, love, forgiveness, empathy, and deep connection in your life. And it's okay. Associated with the element of air and the color green, Anahata is a space of open-hearted presence where we receive and radiate love, and love not as a transaction, but as an embodiment of divine truth. Anahata means unstuck or unhurt. The actual word for the heart chakra is Anahata, and it means unstuck and unhurt, reminding us that love at its core is boundless, it is eternal and forever, and it's untouched by fear. So even if you have a fear of me because I got the wig on my head, or fear of me because I'm black, or fear of me because I'm queer, even if you have fear of me, the heart chakra reminds us that all love is untouched by fear. The fear that someone might leave you, the fear that someone might abandon you, the fear that someone might turn on you. Lots of conversation in the community this week about, like, what you gonna do if they turn on you? What you gonna do if they don't do what they said? The love that we're talking about today in this room, it's untouched by fear. What you gonna do if you move down there and things go left? That is fear. The love that we're talking about and the love that we're cultivating every week, untouched by fear. Fear can't even touch it. The element is air. The color is green and sometimes pink. The mantra is Yam. Yam is the mantra. I love. Yam. Say it with me now. Yam. That's the mantra, okay? And the themes of this chakra, once again, are love, compassion, forgiveness. It deals with grief. If you're having grief in your life, if you lost a loved one, we've had a lot of people in our community lose loved ones. Some of y'all watched me crying to the chicken earlier today on TikTok because of my dear friend Jen. I've not processed all that grief. I probably will grieve her until the day I die. Welcome back, Brigitte. I will probably grieve her until the day I die. That grief energy is all about the heart chakra and relational healing, how we heal in our relationships, how we speak our truth and talk our shit but how we heal in our relationships. And for those of you who are like me, who walk in the world as a healer, a performer, a coach, or a bearer of collective joy, which I do, the heart chakra is the divine engine behind every act of service. It allows you to hold space for others without judgment, to lead with vulnerability as strength, and to transform your pain into purpose through love and action. And that's the name of our network. Here's what a balanced heart chakra. Well, wait. Let me tell you first. First. Let me tell you first about what it means to be imbalanced. And this is me not trying to plant seeds of fear in you or tell you how you're broken. I should have said it earlier. Wholeness, Angie. Wholeness, Tara. Wholeness, Steamy. Wholeness, Brigitte. Fat Baby Mojo. Wholeness. So I'm not trying to tell you that there's anything wrong with you. I spent my whole life with people telling me that there was something wrong with me when there wasn't anything wrong with me. People of all religions and faiths try to tell me that there was something broken and messed up about me. They still try to tell me that there's better I need to do with my loved and lovable life. Church people and non-church people still like, oh, Dr. Flo, you could do better than this. You could do better than this. I'm loved and lovable, bitch. I'm loved and lovable. Like, how it manifests is how it manifests. But just know, like, I'm not trying to Miss Karma Love right in time. Right on time. I'm doing the daily boost. I should flare this. Let me send this to my Love Cafe over on TikTok. I think you're a member of my Love Cafe. It grew by a couple members. Wholeness. I flared that to the Love Cafe. I'm only going to be here for about 7 minutes more. I'm over on Facebook Faye and YouTube Yay. I hate that I can't even say what it is, but you know what this prison is. You know the high school that you go to. I'm also over live now on Facebook Faye and YouTube Yay. And yay indeed. Listen. I'm live. I'm live and live. But now that I know that you have the background you have, we're totally going to play with like the Love and Action Network airlines thing. Tara has been doing it with me with relative success and ease over the last 4 years. But now that I know that you got an aviation background, you better prepare for departure. You better enjoy them snacks because we about to land in about 4 minutes. Put them tray tables up. Put them seat backs up. Dr. Flo is walking through the cabin. We're about to play with all of that. Now that I know you can talk it, prepare for departure. We're about to land in Love City Island. Anyway, and once again, what I was saying before you came into the space, and we're live, everybody, over on Facebook, Faye, and YouTube, Yay. I don't try to plant, okay? I don't try to plant seeds of brokenness in people. I don't try to look at you as if you're not okay. I do my best to see you as a basically good human. We were talking about that earlier in the morning room. I taught that in the morning room this morning, and they were teaching me. I believe that everybody is basically good. That's what the Buddha said. You're basically good. And some of us have some fucked up shit going on and some mental illness, but you're still basically good, girl. You know? So when I talk about imbalanced heart chakra, it's not for you to walk around and tell somebody like Dr. Flo said I have an imbalanced heart chakra, so there's something wrong with me. These are just chakras and energetic meridian points that allow us to get really curious about what's going on for us. And a lot of people came up with upbringings where people did not want us curious about being healed. And the stuff I do, I've had my Jesus juice, Karma Love. Thank you. You're gonna spin me under the table. I'm gonna come into your live and give you like one rose and leave, and you're gonna spin me under the table. You got big pockets. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Sincerely, I know you do it in love. But I just I don't want people walking away from this thinking that there's something wrong with them. But when your heart chakra is imbalanced, this chakra may manifest as emotional numbness. That emotional numbness could come from substances. It could come from you just shutting down in life and not wanting to feel. Um, it, it could come from outside or inside. It could also come from excessive people pleasing. If you are a pick me or you want people to like you, and there's lots of people who say, I don't care how people feel about me. I don't care how you feel about me. I don't care. I used to be like this. I really did. Up like recently, even. I don't care if you like me. You can come a lot. You can come and go from my live stream. I don't give a fuck. I don't, you know those people. I don't give a fuck. But they do. They do. That excessive people pleasing. Um, Gotta plug in the phone. That excessive people pleasing could be an imbalanced I love space. Maybe you're not loving yourself enough, right? Miss Karma Love is contributing, saying, when the family asks for favors, always no is my friend now. As long as it's a high quality no. A no, like I don't give a fuck, no, right? People don't realize this. You know, I'm gonna teach the lessons, Miss Karma. Saying no, leave me out of it. I don't want to. I'm done of you niggas taking from me when I am giving so much to you. That's a low quality no. A high quality no is when you say, that's beyond my boundaries. I'm not going to feel good about giving to you and not getting anything in return. So I'm going to give you a calm and peaceful, high quality no. I teach a high quality no. If you got to say no, no is okay, but make sure it's a high quality no, not a low quality no. A low quality no will have you resenting everybody and be like, fuck y'all. A high quality no is, there's no beef. I'm just not going to do it. Right? You know, it feels different for the people who are attuned to energetics. You better. You better. Self-full. They will try to make you seem selfish. You are self-full. You will fill yourself of yourself. You will be, they hate it. Dr. Flo's so full of himself. The camera's here too. Dr. Flo's so full of himself. He's wearing the wig and he loves himself. He's saying loved and lovable. He's so full of himself. Number one, who else would I be full of but me? You want me to be full of you? That ain't gonna work. I tried to be Tara for years. Tara has an amazing business. She's got a master's degree. I tried to perform Tara for years to try to get her business numbers and the money she makes. It doesn't work. I have to be self-full, not selfish, self-full. Self-full, right? And when you're full of yourself, you will fill yourself up. All of society wants us to not be full of ourselves. They try, your family and your friends and people try to, you fill of yourself. I fill myself up and then you all get my overflow. Everything that flows up and out of me. I never give y'all my principles. Some people think I have an attitude about it, Karma Love. He didn't talk to me today. He didn't talk, la da da da. I'm filling my tank up so that I can be in my overflow and give y'all the extra. Those of you who donate to me or come to the live and share the live like Fat Baby Mojo is doing, shout out to Fat Baby Mojo. I promise you, if you came, I'd do a shout out to you on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts. Shout out to new friend, Fat Baby Mojo over on TikTok. You'll hear my name on the podcast globally, hundreds of listeners and watchers. I hope that when you share the live and when you give me little trinkets and become my fan on TikTok, that you're giving it to me from your overflow, that you're not digging in the bottom of your purse and trying to dig out your pennies so you can give it to me. I hope that you're giving it to me because you're full, right? You're full. And I see. You're gonna play that game. Let's see if they tap, girl. Let's see if they tap. You're gonna help me here. Let's see if they play along. Sometimes they just stare at me like this. So those of you who are listening on the podcast and watching me over on Facebook, YouTube, they have these tapping goals where if people tap and they like me enough, which can contribute to excessive people pleasing. But if they like me enough, they'll tap, and then we'll get to the numbers. And she's I think she's doing that, which is fine. But I know you helping me. You helping me. You helping me. But you know me. You know what I'm about. So yeah, like I said, if you're imbalanced in your heart chakra, emotional numbness, excessive people pleasing, unresolved grief, jealousy, or codependence will become part of your life if you have an imbalanced heart chakra. If you have a balanced heart chakra, which most of us in the room have, or all of us in the room have, you will have a deep self-love and acceptance of yourself. You'll have healthy relationships and boundaries. You'll also, Miss Carmel loves gonna love this because she loves spiritual things. You'll have an emotional alchemy. And whoever you are out there, thanks for watching and joining. You'll have an emotional alchemy. You'll be able to turn your grief, and we all have something that we're in grief about. You'll be able to turn your grief into grace through emotional alchemy. If you have a balanced heart chakra, you'll also be able to connect with humanity and the divine, and you'll also be able to find joy in giving. And here's the key, y'all. You'll find joy in giving without depletion. You'll be able to give love to people and love on people. It ain't going into the live and then looking at the guy in the wig and then leaving. It's like Fat Baby Mojo. Shout out to Fat Baby Mojo. She was like, "You can sing your ass off," right? She's able to give that compliment without feeling depleted. It ain't no thing to her. She's able to tell Dr. Flo, you can sing your ass off. And she's not feeling depleted about it. It didn't take nothing away from her. It ain't no competition about me outdoing her or none of that shit. It's able to have joy in giving a compliment. Here's a question for the room. Can you give a compliment or give a donation or love somebody without feeling like it's depleting you and making you smaller? This is why we don't have nice things in life. Because people think that to give a compliment or to be in joy is going to take something away. You can't tell that sister that she got a nice dress or that her makeup is nice because you didn't do your makeup that day or you don't like what you're wearing. This shit ain't personal. This is life. And the way you get a balanced heart chakra is by giving joy and finding joy in giving without feeling like it has something to do with you. Thank you so much for being here. I think you've come here before, right? What do I know about you? Do I know anything about you? Are you still here? Full? Do I know anything about you? I'm really good with people. The lady that was in here earlier had an undergraduate degree in sociology. That's what I studied as well. If I know something about you that you're into, I'm live right now, so this is gonna be on the podcast. But if I know something about you, I will connect to that thing and I will talk to you about it. So tell me something about you so that I can most definitely we need Fat Baby Mojo over on TikTok, everybody says most definitely we need to uplift others. We never know what they're going through. Yep. Everybody is fighting a silent battle that they don't talk about. I'm doing it in my wig, but the wig ain't the silent battle, y'all. But everybody has something that is either visible or silent that they're going through. And you're right, Fat Baby Mojo. They need our love and support. That's why I say that everyone Everyone, this is from Angie, who may be in the room right now, if it's not too late. Everyone is loved and lovable. Everyone is loved, and everybody has the capacity to let love get to them. That's why I teach that, because yeah, okay, okay. You're not. That's not special to TikTok. That is actually the whole vibe of TikTok. That's the whole vibe. That's the whole vibe of TikTok. I talk with my team. You, Utube, Facebook, Faye, Uphouse, say, each application has a vibration. If you can believe it, each application has a vibration. I'm saying this on my podcast too. Each application in our phones has a vibration. And what you just said is the vibration of TikTok. I don't know why it's that way when we're all loved and lovable, but it is. And it tears people down and tears people apart every day. I mean, that's a choice. That's a choice. I don't know why. I don't know why. Here's some questions that will help you go deeper in your heart chakra. Okay, and the theme of this week is all about music. And pardon me for being all over the place, y'all. I had a little Jesus juice before I went live, and so I'm a little, you know, I'm a little. So, over on TikTok, we're also live on TikTok, and thank you to everybody who's joining over on the podcast and the live stream, listening out on the visual platforms and the audio platforms. We have a comment from Full, who says, "I did realize too, if you dress your best, less likely to be jealous, envious when being your best self." So yes, yes and no. Yeah, but yeah, sure. When in a superficial society, when living in a world where people judge you according to their appearance, remember, people don't really want to get to know people. They try to judge you. This is what eugenics, big word, eugenics, and this is what nationalism, so-called white nationalism, is about. They're not getting to know black people or people of color or anybody else because they think that what they see is all that you can know about a person. People will come into my live for like 10 seconds and think that they know me according to my beard and the beads. It happened earlier today when I was doing an unboxing. This person was like, "You've got a clean kitchen and you've got beads on." And as if having a clean kitchen and having beads on tells you about my 41 years of life. You could not possibly know my story or my glory from meeting me for 30 seconds. But people think they know people based on if they're so-called white or so-called black. You don't know shit about me based on my appearance. So yes, I would encourage you and everybody watching and the hundreds of people who will listen in that dress your best for you. Do your best and fuck the rest. Say it with me now. I'm going to do my best and fuck the rest. Y'all know me. I don't care. People come in here every day and tell me that my bush, ooh, that's a different show. That's a different show. They tell me that my bushy beard offends them. You know, for years, black people used to comment on my hairline. And, you know, you ain't got no shape up. And who do you think you are with no shape up? You know, and all this. These are superficial things. These are weak-minded people who want to judge you for the way you look. You know, a person who's judging another person in the grocery store, on TikTok, for the way they look is a person that doesn't have enough passion and purpose in their lives. I mean it. We're on a recorded line, and we've got like over 500 episodes. We've been recording this podcast for 89 weeks. 8, 9. There's some people who are afraid to start day one of their podcast. If you're listening right now and you want help to learn how to do a podcast, I will teach you for sliding scale, donation based, or free. You can have a podcast too. This ain't nothing special. I'm just hanging here with my TikTok buddies who should join the Dr. Flo Love Cafe, my group chat behind TikTok. If you want to get the flares to what I'm doing, I'm about to send it again. All right? But this ain't nothing special. But if people are judging you according to what you're wearing, they don't have anything that they're doing that lights them up. I ask every person, I'm about to ask full, let me know in the comments, what lights you up in life? What makes you come alive? What brings joy out of you, right? When you have that truly, from the rooter to the tutor, you're not concerned. I don't go around in life looking at people. I recognize that they're loved and lovable, and they're going through the challenges of life that we're all going through. And then I mind my business and drink my water. But I'm not into all of that. That's a TikTok thing. Again, I've been scrolling, and then I see you, and I think I know you, and I don't like it, so I'm gonna scroll on. Okay. Didn't change anything. What is it that lights you up? Tell me so I can care about you the next time I see you. I teach and preach to thousands of people a day. You will not be special to me. Okay, laugh about it. If you don't want to be special to me, you don't have to be special. None of y'all have to be special to me. I'm loved and lovable. I have a multinational career. I worked over multiple industries. I don't care. If you don't want to be special, you don't have to be, girl. Oh, okay, there you go. Or person. You may be a dude. Are you a dude or a lady? I don't know what you are. Tell me. What are your pronouns? They did finally say, I like stationary pens and dancing. Funny story for the podcast. When I was a little kid, I used to carry. Okay, great. We love everybody here. Everybody's loved and lovable. Everybody's worthy. It's chill. They're saying, for those of you listening on the podcast and watching over on Facebook Faye and YouTube Yay, they're saying I'm giving androgynous vibes, I guess. And so, fine. I have a bunch of trans friends and androgynous people. If you like it, I love it. When I was a kid, I used to carry around an attaché, which is basically a briefcase, and I would get the sample pack of stationery, and I would carry that around. And as a kid, when people would be like, what are you doing today, Andre? Because that's my government name. Don't call me by that. I won't answer to it. So let's just say, what you doing today, Flo? I would go into my little man purse, my attaché, I would go into my briefcase, and I would go, and I would start writing. I wanted to be a business person when I was like 7 or 6. So the stationary pens I love. And then what kinds of dancing? Because now that I know this about you, I will start to ask you questions about what you love. What kinds of dancing? I can talk to anybody in life. Everybody doesn't want to talk to me, but I had to let that go. I used to be really, really sad. I used to be really sad about my friends and family and my fans and my followers not talking to me until I realized that rejection is God's protection. If you walk out of my live or walk out of my life, you're doing me a favor. You really are doing me a favor. If you reject me, I don't fuck Flo. Because Flo has a fan club, as you can see, but there's a fuck you Flo list too. And that's fine. Rejection is the universe's protection over my life. It includes lovers, it includes friends, it includes families, it includes witches. Angie's so messy. It includes witches. If you gotta go, you gotta go. I'm still going to be having great sex, great food, and great adventures over here. You can tap into Dr. Flo's love flow, or you can go. But at the end of the day, like, I'm a happy human. I have the thing in my life that everybody wants. Stop fronting. Stop acting like we're not the same. We all want to be happy. We all want to be healthy. We all want to be free. Whatever that means for you. You want to be happy in your own special way. You want to be healthy, right? And you also want to be free of the bullshit. And people that are around me acting like we're not the same, it's crazy. I just push live and talk to people. Come on. Okay, so you say, my dream is. Let's talk about this real quick. This was supposed to be a 10-minute live. And because people started talking to me and it got juicy, we're up to 30 minutes. And my dinner's waiting for me. But I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this because we're here now. Just let me take a sip. You said something so powerful. And there's people over on TikTok, for those of you thinking I'm crazy. I don't talk out to the air by myself all the time. My dream is. That is the seed of something amazing. My desire is. My dream is. Like that kernel of desire, that little inkling is all you need to cook a miracle. My dream is to sing, dance for a living, but I've been struggling. You need to come to our Wednesday room and you don't need to do shit, but like be yourself. But I'm inviting you to our Wednesday room and our Saturday morning room, if you're off from work, where I teach people who are struggling with that dream how to get free. And I teach for sliding scale donation or free. I'm so abundant, I can give my whole life away. I can't get into it right now. I can't get into it right now. But if you want to sing and dance for a living, I've done that. I do that. I hang out with people who do that. I know famous people who do that. I can text famous people who do that. And if you're struggling, I can help you get out of that. Look me up and see if I'm worthy. Look me up and see if I'm worthy. Or go to the website, lovedandlovable.bio.link. But if you're struggling, there are tickets available in our box office on the website through my link in bio. It's a free class, donation-based, and come. Angie was in class today. Tara taught the lesson. Carmel Love taught the lesson. Angie taught the lesson. Yeah, we got a strong community of people who would love to help you not struggle with that. For free, donation-based, or full price. I don't care. You said you're struggling. I'm a human. I want to help. Now I got to stop talking to you though, because you're a person who can pull my attention, and I've been trying to get out of here for the last 20 minutes. But I do want to love you. I don't have any reason not to love you. And if you want to sing, listen, singing and dancing is like, that's a heart. We're talking about the heart chakra today. We're talking about the heart chakra. You got a little troll in you. Full. Thank you, Fat Baby Mojo. Full. Y'all can tell. Full got a little troll in him. But I ain't met a troll yet that hasn't been a fan. Full has a little troll in them online. That's their online personality. They got a little troll, you know. But I walk trolls over the bridge. Come on, somebody. I walk a troll over the bridge, and the bridge is called love. Hey, True. They got a little troll in them. And Facebook Faye and YouTube Yay sees it on my podcast taping. This is a live podcast taping. This is live. This is me live. This is how I am in life. You know, a little sauced, but I'm live. You got a little troll in you, Full. But if you hang out with me for 30, 60, or 90 days consistently, your life will change forever. And you ain't giving me no money. So that's a money back guarantee. If you hang in my love vibration and this loved and lovable message, if you hang in this loved and lovable message and vibration for 30, 60, or 90 days, just coming into the lives and talking to me and hanging with me, your life will dramatically change. over the next 30, 60, and 90 days. You can't lose with the stuff I use. I believe in higher consciousness. I believe in universal truth. I'm a non-denominational, non-dogmatic, interfaith worship pastor. Hey, and my friend from high school is in here. Ask Jessica, who I went to high school with in 1998, 1999. Ask her if I've been real for the last 20 years. That's a high school friend that I sat and ate sandwiches with crying about my abusive father. Crying because he was beating my ass because my wrist is bent. Ask her if I've always been this. Right? I ain't got nothing to do. I have nothing better to do. Thank you, Fat Baby Mojo. I got nothing better to do than to love you people. You people. I sure like to say it that way, but I got nothing better to do than to love you. If you're struggling with music and singing and dance, I think you deserve to sing and dance. I think you deserve to move from your root chakra into your sacral chakra and to bring into alignment your solar plexus chakra, your heart chakra, your throat chakra, which you ain't got no problem with that one. Your thumbs are crazy. You ain't got no problem with your throat chakra. Your thumbs and your throat say a bunch. But align that with your heart and your root, your third eye chakra, your crown chakra. Once you get all your chakras aligned, you ain't gonna have no problems in this life. I mean it. And I'm not trying to tell people that they're broken, that there's anything wrong with you. I don't believe in the thing about my religious upbringing, and I run the risk of being shadow banned on some platforms. But the thing about my religious upbringing is that a lot of religions try to make you feel like you're not good enough. I could cry. Sorry. I cry almost every session. I don't mean to cry. I don't mean to cry. Fuck. The biggest lie that religion taught me was that I was not imperfectly perfect, whole, and complete, exactly as I am, Jessica. The biggest lie that religion taught me is that there was something fundamentally wrong with me. They called it sin, that I was a sinner and that I needed to change who I am. And it fucked me up in this life because I'm awesome. And you could not see me or be in this room or listen to this podcast or watch this video if you were not awesome too. I would be invisible to you right now. You would scroll off or go elsewhere if you could not know your own awesome. And religion and people made me hate myself. Matter of fact, they didn't make me hate myself. They just put it on the table and I decided to eat it. Thank you, Tara. They made me eat this self-hatred, this anger, this delusion. I'm not going to do that to you. I'm not going to do that to you. Precisely. Also, we're way over time. I promised y'all a 10-minute live stream, and here we are 38 minutes later crying. But you're right, Fat Baby Mojo. Fat Baby Mojo, for everybody who's watching over on the podcast and the live streams on the other platforms, Fat Baby Mojo said something powerful. Fat Baby Mojo said, and let me know what your pronouns are, baby, because I don't want to misgender you or be rude. Because people in life who are misgendering people, calling trans women men and calling trans women he and stuff, y'all ain't cute or slick. Y'all are being rude. So let me know what your pronouns are. But Fat Baby Mojo says, but they were sinning the entire time, their self, while trying to kill our light. For those of you who don't know, sin, S-I-N, that they've turned into this big thing that can like make you burn in hell. Sin is an archery term. Sin is like bow and arrow archery term. I teach this. It means to sin, just like football. You could get like a foul. You know how you get a foul in football? Thank you, she, her. I got you, girl. I ain't one to gossip, so you ain't hear from me. I'm she, her too, depending on what I'm doing in the night. Sometimes I'm she, her. Sometimes I'm he, him. Sometimes I'm they, them. Sometimes I'm scattered, smothered, and covered. Jessica, who's my high school friend, who's known me longer than everybody in the room, can tell you, and I'm so glad you came in because you're on the podcast now. You're part of my eternal legacy. The religion really got me. I used to try to be saving people's soul in high school. I was one of those people. And I try not to judge people. We listen, don't judge. But I wanted people to follow God and follow Jesus the only way. I was one of those, there's only one way to be okay. Y'all are all sinners. I'm holy. Meanwhile, I was a closeted homosexual the whole time, and she knew it. She knew it. Religious change is real. I've been talking about them religious change since back in the day. I was just waiting for you. Yeah. Yeah. So judgmental, so rude, so what did Fat Baby Mojo? What did Nene say on Real Housewives of Atlanta? So nasty, so rude, so nasty. These religious people, I gotta be careful on TikTok because they'll take my license, but because they say that I'm hating on people, but I'm not. But to judge another person for how they're living when we're all doing the best we can to be alive, so nasty, so rude. I don't want to be that way no more. Anyway, I gotta complete this. So, Heart Chakra Day is all about love. Please drop in the chat now what you love, and I'll read it out for the podcast, and hundreds of people will listen to you all over the world and what you love. So, I love is the mantra, and you can elevate your spirit today by just putting in the chat what you love if you're interested, and I'll read them in a second. So, the Heart Chakra, we're doing the music as the theme this week. And here's some of the questions for you to consider in your private time or to talk about in the chat. What song has taught you the most about love? What song has taught you the most about love? Which love song feels like it was written just for you? Which love song feels like it was just written for you? Mine is This Will Be an Everlasting Love by Natalie Cole, who's no longer alive. But I love that song. This will be an everlasting love. I love that song. It makes me feel like it was written just for me. How do you use music to express compassion to others? Who's Wale? Wale bad. I can't. I'll play it later. I'll play it after we get off the live stream. I can't play it right now because YouTube doesn't like that. But I'll play it in a second. Oh, Jessica says, I love that we have made it this far. I love that we made it this far. I love that you're a high school friend that still talks to me. You don't like to believe that those loved and lovable people are haters and don't like me. You never liked the idea that they didn't like me. But you being the only one in my TikTok live shows me what's real. Do you see any of the do you see any others coming to my lives? Do you see any of the others talking to me first? Jessica, for years, even since high school, was like, I'm not sure. I think they really like you. I'm like, girl, but why are you the only one talking to me over this sandwich in high school? If they like me so much, why are you the only witch? She was Wiccan. She used to wear the eyelash. You know the witch in high school. We all had a white witch in our high school. We all had the emo white witch. If you went to a high school like mine, you know the kids. And she was the only one that would really talk to me eyeball to eyeball in high school over 20 years ago. And she's optimistic, right? So she'd be like, they love you. They love you. I know they love you. And I'm like, girl, still to this day, where are those bitches? But anyway, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Raise, More Than a Dream. Owl City, Dreams Don't Turn to Dust. It's another happy song. Grace Williams, Your Love Surrounds Me. Oh my God, DM those songs to me. Yeah, you have a melancholy thing. Like you and Tara, we get along like a house on fire. Y'all are very like life, I guess. Uh, life, I guess. No, it's different. It's different. I didn't go to that kind of high school. She and I went. Your people are maybe at the county building. And maybe some of mine are. We went to a college prep high school, Jessica and I. So they actually turned into dentists and therapists, and they turned into doctors and lawyers. They turned into some pretty amazing people that still don't talk to me. The witch from high school talks to me. If you're joining over on my other platforms, I am doing today's Love and Action Daily Boost program. I'm Dr. Flo, not telling you what I heard, but what I know. You're loved and lovable. You've always been loved and lovable. You're always going to be. Every day we jump online in our network. Sometimes I host, sometimes Tara Paolo Studio host, and we go through the chakra system to heal our hearts. I'm also live today over on TikTok, chatting with my buddies on TikTok. And so that's what you stepped into. And I've cried already. But we've had some pretty awesome conversation. But no, they're not at the count. They're not at the yeah. We were on a 5.0 grading scale. We did a lot of AP classes and a lot of advanced college courses. But the smart kids were the outcast, right? And then we were the outcast of the outcast. Sorry. We really were, though. We were the weirdos of the weirdos. And that's why they don't talk to me still. But that's fine. I'm fabulous. I am. I don't know why my family and friends and fans and followers act the way they do, Jessica. But we talked this morning. I do a free, y'all are welcome to come. Get your tickets on the website. I do a free 11 o'clock room every morning online to share with people and to connect and to listen. And this morning we were talking about the reasons why people come closer to us and push away. And I'm no longer responsible. Full says, I literally had no one to eat lunch with in high school all 4 years. I didn't enjoy high school, dark time in my life. Listen, if it hadn't been for Jessica, and once again, I come from a black community, right? So y'all know black mama and white mama and the delusion of division, right? Black people are supposed to stay with black people and white people are supposed to stay with white people according to all this division, right? My best lunch buddy in high school was a white witch. I get it. I'm still wearing a wig on the internet. I still am. She just accepted me. She knew that I was a closeted homosexual in a very religious, abusive home, and that I needed a real friend. And over the last 20, 25 years, she's always accepted me as I am, and I've always accepted her as she is. And that's why we're still in each other's lives. But I didn't understand why my friends and family and relatives and stuff, don't come around or don't love what I do even presently. I'm letting that go. I'm letting that go. We talked this morning. I almost forgot. We talked this morning about quality people. Jessica on TikTok. Jessica, but Jessica. And we talked about, would you rather be surrounded by hundreds or thousands of followers or have that one friend at the lunch table? The people that I ate lunch with the most in high school were the white witch, Jessica. Okay. Soul family. I call it soul family. Yeah, you're my soul family for sure. And then my gay chemistry teacher, Luka Savick. I probably shouldn't say his name. he probably would turn red in the face. He was a white gay man who loved black men. No hanky panky. He never touched me. He never made me feel odd. He did take me to see my first Broadway show, but we were with a class. Remember, Jessica? Oh, this is on the podcast now. Oh, Jesus. Um, uh, he didn't take me. He didn't take me to see the show. He took half the class. Half the class went to see Phantom of the Opera, which I'm glad I didn't see Phantom of the Opera because I probably would have never made it to Broadway if I had seen that show. He said to me over sandwich because when I wasn't eating my sandwiches at lunch in high school with the white witch Jessica, who y'all are all meeting here. Oh, it's cats. Sorry. It was cats. Yeah, that would have been worse. That would have been worse. I don't like cats, and I don't like Phantom of the Opera. Take my gay card, take my musical theater card, take whatever you need to take. Take it quickly. But I'm definitely glad. Thank you. I'm glad that. See, Jessica also remembers more of my childhood than I do, which is why I'm glad we're friends because I blocked a lot of that shit out. But my gay chemistry teacher said when I wasn't eating lunch with Jessica, I was eating lunch with my gay chemistry teacher. He said two things to me in life. He said, you're going to be a fabulous gay man one day. And he said it to me. I was already 18 and a senior. He said it later because he's not a creep at all, y'all. I promise you, he's not a creep. But he said, you're going to be a fabulous gay man one day. And he said that to me as a closeted religious nut. And I was like, oh my God, I freaked out. He said, like, you're going to be a fabulous gay man one day. And I can't wait for that freedom for you. He said, and you're also going to love Les Miserables. And we're going to go on the high school trip. And half of the class is going to go to Cats. And the other half is going to go to Les Miserables. And Jessica, were you? He's such a good man. What's crazy about him? He loves black men and black men put him through it, girl. I'm like, yo, I didn't know that my gay teacher was into black men who were scrubs. I don't mind the interracial thing. Y'all know I love all people and I love the swirl thing. I didn't know until recently in my 30s that it wasn't the black men that was the problem. It was that my gay chemistry teacher from childhood was picking the wrong black men. I was like, good God, I didn't even know you were going through that, girl. Anyway, he was like, they're going to go to Cats, but you're going to come and you're going to sit and cry by me at Les Mis. And I was 14, maybe 15, and that's exactly what we did. I went to Broadway because my gay chemistry teacher, Lucas Savick, said, you are going to be fabulous in your life, and you're going to come to Les Mis, and you're going to sit by me. I had never seen the stage move. It's called a revolve in theater. I had never seen the stage revolve. I had never seen the lights. I had never seen the smoke. There's smoke that starts. The lights only work in theater. See the difference? The lights only work if the other lights are down low and there's theatrical smoke. And my gay chemistry teacher, Lucas Savick, was like, you've never been to Broadway, and I want to sit beside you when you see Les Mis. And from the first song to the last song, me and my gay teacher, I was like 14 or 15, we cried. We cried. Broadway changed my life. Broadway changed my whole life. This podcast is too long, and I'm not going to cut a single word out of it. I'm not going to change a thing about tonight. Loved and lovable. Broadway changed my life, and my gay teacher showed me. Back to the questions. What harmonies or melodies expand your heart space? What harmonies or melodies? If Jessica hadn't come in here talk about my lunch with her as a white witch and her acceptance of me and wanting me to be free of religion as a child, I wouldn't be talking about my gay chemistry teacher and crying. I'm gonna text him tomorrow. I'm gonna text Lucas Savick tomorrow and say I cried about you on my podcast last night. And we're gonna laugh about it. He's a really he didn't put me through what my other teachers put me through. And I made A's in all of his classes, but not because we were friends, but because I was really good at chemistry. I'm really smarter than I look. When have you felt love most powerfully through music? What love stories in music inspire your relationships? Which musical moments help you forgive and extend grace? What songs help you remember that you are worthy of love? For me, and you can answer in the chat if you're here, um, Whitney Houston's Greatest Love of All. That song helps me remember that I'm worthy of love. She says in the song, learning to love yourself is the greatest love of all. I love you. Good night. Always good to see you. Like my mama used to say, child, I'm happy to see you come and I'm happy to see you go. Because you going means that I'm almost at the end of this teary podcast. I've been crying tonight. But I cry every session. Life is so good. Being able to feel is a gift. I love you. It's a work night, I know. I was supposed to be on live for 10 minutes recording this podcast, and now we're up to an hour because I cried with you. So anyway, how has music healed a broken heart in your life? How has music healed a broken heart in your life? Last question. What musical moment do you associate with deep soul love? What musical moment? Welcome, Beltline to Broadway. Do you go by Beltline to Broadway or do you go by Lauren? I was talking about you earlier on the live. You were like, what are you doing on your lives? I'm like, being me. What are you cooking on your lives? Food. Lauren. Okay, nice to meet you, Lauren. It's so funny. I just met you. I told you the other day that we're in the same state, and I desperately tried for 2 years here in this state to create musical theater programming for poor and impoverished kids and people from broken homes to help them create a Beltline to Broadway as you promote. And the people in this town that I live in tried to run me out of here. The state was not kind to me. They told me that I should have never told anybody that I was on Broadway because they were going to mistreat me. And so I'm leaving soon. But I'll be connected with you forever. But this particular state has not been kind. I talked with the rental car lady today and the U-Haul people, and I was like, I will pay you whatever the rate is to get out of this state because the people have not been kind here. I lived all over the world. I've traveled all over the world. And this particular state, yes, I'm leaving. You will always be in my heart on TikTok, boo-boo. Lauren, I'm Flo. We will always be friends and musical theater friends. Were you in here when I was just crying about Les Mis and my gay chemistry teacher? I was just boo-hooing about Les Mis and my gay chemistry teacher. I don't talk on every live because sometimes I don't feel like talking. But yes. I'm leaving, and then I'm going to do the online hybrid, online teaching and coaching and work, and then I'll be doing some in real life stuff, and I'll be in and out of New York again for Broadway. Yeah. Because if you've done Broadway once, you can do it again. It's all about Broadway is not about talent. I gotta go off this is like an hour-long podcast that I'm taping right now. But since you're here, Broadway is not about talent. There are a bunch of talented people on Broadway, and I have Broadway talent. I sing like somebody who has been on Broadway, but it's not about the talent. It's about connections. and who you're connected to. And I still have many Broadway connections that I don't use as much as I should because I don't want to make shit weird, but I'm about to because this state has been a pain in my ass. Yeah, total. They don't listen. They don't call it showbiz for nothing, child. They don't call it show business for nothing. And I would love to have on TikTok, but you don't seem to want to hang around when I'm not talking to the camera when I'm cooking and stuff. But you can have my phone number or my email or whatever, and we can talk off the map about whatever theatrical connections you have in this state and that organization called Reclaiming Our Time. I would love to hear about that. I probably am in the wrong part of the state, right? I'm in a very secluded part of the state um, for some interesting reasons that I can share privately with you. But I'm sure that if I had been, oh great, I would love to. Yeah, I mean, I don't. Yeah, I mean, I think my life is pretty ordinary, but I would love to talk to you about Broadway and my experience and stuff. I think I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. And TikTokers, famous TikTokers have come to town to try to disrupt some of the black mama, white mama shit in this state, if you're familiar. There's a lot of like divisive black mama, white mama stuff. People don't want to see each other as humans. They want to be divisive. They want to say white people sit, so-called white people sit here. So-called black people sit here. And I'm a little bigger than that. And so this state and this particular city did not like me. I was speaking up for social justice issues. I was trying to get people out of jail and stuff. I was trying to like feed people, and both so-called white people and so-called black people turned on me, and they said, "We're not going to help you get anywhere here." um, and they started doing rumors about me and spreading lies through town. And I've been here for 2 years trying to bring musical theater and food to the people, and they just wouldn't let me have it, Lauren. They just wouldn't let me have it. I got something in my eye. They wouldn't let me have it. So I am leaving the state because I don't want to be bullied for trying to love people. Like I'm too good for that. I love you, Angie. I'll see you in the morning. I'll see you in the 11 o'clock room in the morning or before that. I love you. I mean, this is the end right here, right? You're loved and lovable, Angie. That's where I'll end. I'll end here now. Nice to meet you, Lauren. I would love to hear about the programs in the state. I'm going to be in and out of this state and some other states. And like I told you the other day, my goal is to be on Broadway and off Broadway. I think there are a lot of kids in this state and in other states. Like I was a kid, like I was a child. I'll tell you this, and I can share this with you on the podcast as well. There was I'm a part of public school. I came out of public school systems. I'm a product of public schools, and clearly I'm a black person from the South, so that has a certain interesting dynamic. Loved and lovable. I tell everybody that you're loved and lovable. You've always been loved and lovable. You're always going to be. But I was a 15-year-old kid who looked at Ben Vereen in the Pippin music book. And I'd never seen a black man in my life. We can talk about this on the podcast as I film my podcast right now. I never I'd never talked to or known or seen a black man, catch it, with jazz hands. The black men in my community were very serious. And there's a reason why black men in our society have to be serious, and we can go there for a bit. There's a reason why black men are shielded and protected and closed off. You know why, Lauren? I know why. Ben Vereen. So I saw Ben Vereen. This story's gonna make me cry. I saw Ben Vereen as a 15-year-old. I saw him on the pages of Broadway books, and I had never seen black men smile and express themselves with music, singing, and dancing. Why did Angie leave my live to text me in the middle of my live? I guess that's what Angie wanted to do. But she's texting me now. And you can text me too. It's fine. My link in bio. I had never seen a black man with jazz hands. And I saw that. And my musical theater teacher, Susan Dameron, and I hope she's alive, because every time Tara goes to look for the adults in my childhood life, they end up unalived. Not unalived, but like they're just not here anymore because they're dead. I'm old. I'm 41, Lauren. So, but I saw this man at 15 on the page in the Pippin, because I starred as Pippin in my high school. Thank you so much for that. I starred as Pippin in my high school. Okay, 56. Honey, you as young as you want to be, okay? Trust me. You're as sassy and as young as you want to be. And Susan Dameron, my musical theater teacher in high school, she said, that's Ben Vereen. And you're Pippin in this show. And if you want to go to Broadway one day, you're going to go. You got the talent, kid. I think you can do it. Would you know it? I walked off the stage of Rocktopia, which was my first Broadway show. I walked off the stage of Rocktopia, and Broadway. Rocktopia was a jukebox musical. It's like a fusion. It was a fusion, like a very unknown musical. It was a mixture of classical and Broadway, and there was so much drama surrounding that show, and I could tell you about that privately and also on your podcast if you still want to have me. Because for some people, I'm not Broadway enough, but I think that anybody who's done Broadway has done Broadway. I have the stripes for it. You probably know Feinstein's as well. I was featured at Feinstein's. So, anyway, she said you can do it. So I'm walking off of the stage of my show. And wouldn't you know it, Lauren, that Ben Vereen was standing in the stage door. Now, throughout my entire run on Broadway, there was this person in the audience that was always like dancing along. And I looked at my co-workers, or it's work. I looked at the people I was working with on Broadway, and I said, "Who is that dancing in the seat?" Almost like every week, sometimes every night. They were like, "Oh, that's Ben. He goes to all the shows. He's been on Broadway for years. He's retired now, basically. He comes to all the shows. You'll get used to it." Ben who? Ben who? They said, "That's Ben Vereen." I said, "Ben Vereen is coming to my Broadway shows?" You have no idea what it still does for my musical theater kid, theater geek heart, that Ben Vereen was just bouncing in the shows. And to add the icing on the cake, it's at the bottom of my professional resume and my performance resume. It's on there because my mentor, Carl Danielson, who teaches in New York, it teaches all of the greats in New York. Carl Danielson, he taught for New York Film Academy. He was mentored by Sondheim before he transitioned. He had a personal mentor. So I'm Sondheim mentored Carl. Carl mentors me to this day. To this day. And Carl made me put it on my resume. I walk off of my final bow on Broadway years ago. And they're standing in the stage door of my Broadway show was Ben. Ben Vereen. And he says to me, Lauren, thank you, son, for your gift to Broadway. What? I'm a late bloomer, Lauren. I'm 41 years old. I didn't have my Broadway debut until 37 or 38 years old. I thought I was never going, I knew I could make it, but I wasn't sure. I was no spring chicken. I spent the most of my 20s singing and dancing and twirling on Carnival cruise lines and cruise ships and Royal Caribbean and shit. I didn't think that I had it in me to make it to Broadway. I thought that dream was done. So imagine me. Thank you. Thank you for saying that to 41-year-old me. Thank you so much for saying that tonight. Thank you so much for saying that to me tonight. Tonight. To have 14, 15-year-old me walk off of a stage 23 years later and have that man say, thank you, son, for your gift to Broadway was a dream come true. He stepped off the page decades later and thanked me for giving him a great show. God, I gotta go. I gotta go. This podcast has been too long. So, and then here's the deal, and you know this, Lauren. There's different kinds of people on Broadway. There are people like me who will talk to people and be normal, like, be a human, love people. You're loved and lovable. You're loved and lovable. Like, we'll talk to people and be real and be human. There's some Broadway people who will not talk to you. They won't talk to me. They won't talk to anybody else. The reason why I don't take no mess off of celebrities and Broadway people, and neither should you, is because I looked at him after he said, thank you, son, for your gift to Broadway. And I said, Broadway actors and Broadway theaters, they're compact theaters. Lauren knows this. They're very tight theaters with smaller audiences than you think. And you have to go up many floors to your dressing room. So my phone, because it's not professional to take your phone down to a Broadway stage. You're doing the show, and some of the Broadway people like film the wings and they film the behind the scenes and stuff. That distracts me during the show. I can't be filming and make it to my spot and sing my notes. So I don't do that shit. You may see me doing it in the future, but I wasn't doing it at the time. And so I said to him, I said, Mr. Vereen, who everybody else was calling Ben. I don't call him Ben. I just met him. He's my childhood hero. I said, Mr. Vereen, if you would be so kind, can I go upstairs and get my phone? Because no one's going to believe me. People still don't believe that I even worked on Broadway. That's crazy, isn't it? And I was there 8 shows a week. And I was working a corporate job 50 hours a week because Broadway doesn't last forever. And I got other skills. I couldn't just be on Broadway. What happens when my show closes? I need to go have another job. So I kept my real job and told them I will be leaving early. And I jogged up Fifth Avenue every day after my day job. I showed up early, like 6:30 in the morning to my day job. And I jogged up Fifth Avenue every day and put in my 8 shows on Broadway. I said, Mr. Vereen, if you'd be so kind, I need to go upstairs and get my phone because no one's going to believe that I met you. I'm not even going to believe that I met you if I don't take this picture. And in the picture that I will share with you, I ran upstairs. It's closing night. People everywhere. Celebrities everywhere. People that want to go to the rooftop party everywhere. I ran upstairs, grabbed my phone. I said to all my friends in the dressing room, I said, Ben Vereen wants to take a picture with me. Ben Vereen wants to take a picture with me. Jazz hands wants to take a picture with me. And I ran downstairs and I took the picture, crying like this. It's a messy picture, Lauren. I got swollen eyes because that man from out of my teenage years in community theater said, "Thank you, son, for your gift to Broadway." So yes. And I'm not sure if you know about the tradition. You're a Broadway person, so I know you know. You know more. I know that you know more about Broadway than I do, and you probably know more people on Broadway than I do. Yes. See, I know. I knew you were a Broadway person, so you actually kind of scare me as a Broadway person because I know that you know more Broadway than I know. It's kind of scary, but I'll talk to you. We'll get to know each other, and I'll talk to you. But I know you probably know more about it than I do. There's a tradition, many traditions on Broadway. Alan Cummings, Alan used to put his mic tape hair in a particular place behind the stage during cabaret. The nastiest shit I've ever seen in my life. They'd be like, "Oh, that's his mic tape wall. Why does he have a mic tape wall? And why does it have autographs from celebrities on it?" But Alan Cummings will take his mic tape off from his mic, from his live, and he'll put it on the wall. I got stories, girl. Anyway, there's a tradition in Broadway theater in the dressing rooms that the cast autograph. We do a lot of press junkets. We sign a lot of posters. I spend a lot of time on Broadway signing posters. Nope. Nope. Nope to the nope. You're saying nope. Nope. This is live, but nope. Nope to the mic hair. Nope. It's a tradition in Broadway that under your green room or your dressing room table, if you look under the tables in all the dressing rooms on Broadway in the theaters, you will see autographs and messages from everybody who worked in that theater. And unless they've renovated the theater, you'll see autographs. Like, I was in the same theater that did Color Purple twice. I was in the theater that did Beauty and the Beast. So your Sharpie, yeah, like my desk is here, right? So underneath the desk in all the dressing rooms, it is at the end of your show, you get under there and you write a message. And the message I wrote to future Broadway stars was, "Don't stop believing." And I signed it my government name. This is before I was going by Dr. Flo or Flo. I said, "Don't stop believing, Andre, Rocktopia 2018." And every person that's been in that theater, including the King Kong musical, because King Kong came in right after us. I worked in the theater, Broadway theater, that's right across the street from Stephen Colbert, who recently got canceled, as you know. But the guy who did the Black people's hair, the barber and beautician who did the Black people's hair, because Black people's hair is different, and theater people do not know how to do Black people's hair, but we'll talk about that too. Oh, is it? Okay. I told you I want to be in and out, but I've been out because it's so expensive in New York, and you have to have a plan. But I plan to go back. I don't think I'm done with Broadway. I don't think I'm done. But don't tell nobody. My friends are there. My friends are there right now. They did a show tonight. So there's no reason why I can't be there. But don't tell nobody. I'm working my way back slowly. It was a rough 2 years after the pandemic. So Gatsby's there now. So yeah, right across the street from Gatsby is Stephen Colbert's show. And the guy who did the barber who did the hair for all the Black people at Colbert. Good night, Tara. I'm leaving. I wasn't supposed to be here this long. I was supposed to be here for like 10 minutes, and then I got long-winded and saw my friends. I had Lauren coming here from Beltline to Broadway. I had my childhood friend Jessica come from high school and made me cry about my gay chemistry teacher. Lots has happened on this particular episode of the podcast, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna land by saying that the same guy who did my hair for the show on Broadway was also working on Stephen Colbert, and Stephen Colbert just got canceled because of politics and stuff, and we won't get into that. And I have to tell you, when the time comes, what are you saying, Tara? What are you saying? I've seen you the whole time. What are you saying? You can go to bed. It's okay. I'm talking to Lauren. You can go to bed. It's fine. Angie left already. Tons of people left. Okay. It's sad, Lauren, that the reason why I got canceled from Broadway the first time was because I chose to speak up for all people. And what you may or may not know about Broadway is that a lot of people on Broadway cannot speak up about everything. You're not supposed to talk about religion. You're not supposed to talk about politics. You're supposed to show up to the Broadway theater. You're supposed to show up to Gershwin. You're supposed to show up to these theaters, and you're not supposed to talk about politics, and you're not supposed to talk about religion, and you're not supposed to talk about the 2 million kids. Even on TikTok, I'm not supposed to talk about the 2 million people starving in Gaza. And I got canceled from Broadway for that. But I'm going to come back. Love is my anchor, and love is the bridge. And in my own special way, I'm going to come back. I'm going to come back. Cancel me. My last shows, you made me cry into my shirt. My last shows were Feinstein's on Broadway, and I was really going to be like the one-man show cabaret guy. I was coming up in that way. So doing independent Broadway, but then also corporate Broadway. And I made the mistake of saying that sorry, it's been long. I'm sorry that it's been long, but Lauren came in here. Anyway, I made the mistake of saying, Lauren, if you will, that God, if you will, if you believe in that, does not have chosen people. But Lauren, you know that God's chosen people run Broadway, right? So they sent me a message asking me if I meant what I said about God not playing favorites. They asked me if I meant what I said when I said that God doesn't have a chosen group of people that he likes more than other people. I don't believe in that. And they said, do you really believe that? And I said, yeah, God doesn't have chosen people. I think everybody is welcome at the table of love. And they took my name off the marquee without telling me. So that's how my Broadway story ended. But we could talk about this. Yeah. And the people who took my name off the marquee are famous as well. But let's connect. Yeah. I still believe that there's a seat at the table for everybody. Black mama, white mama, queer mama, straight mama. So right now I'm building Dr. Flo and the Love Experience, which is going to be a Broadway gospel show that includes everybody at the table of love. But I had to kind of get canceled from Broadway and blacklisted a bit to tell my story. But we'll share. Just send me a message. I can't say my number here, but I'll send you my phone number and my email so we can connect about any interviews you want to do and some storytelling. And you can tell me what you want me to share, what you don't want me to share, and what you're comfortable with. But my Broadway journey was very non-traditional. It still is. But if Andre DeShields can win a Tony in his late age, my real name is Andre. If Andre DeShields can win a Tony for I think he was Hermes in help me, Hadestown. which I've had friends on Broadway do Hadestown. I've had friends do the national tour of Hadestown. People I've slept with, even. Loved and lovable. Hadestown, yeah, I've slept with a lot of them. But this is a podcast, so we're gonna keep it cute. But yes, if Andre DeShields can win a Tony in his old age or older age for Hadestown, then I'm not done yet either. And we'll just be in each other's lives and see what happens. Okay. People are leaving because that's what they do when I get long-winded, and that's okay. And it's a bit late, and whatever. This was supposed to be like 10, 20 minutes, and I stayed long because my high school friend came in, and then I got to meet Lauren tonight. And when I come back when I'm cooking and shit too. Y'all, let's land this. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be free of all suffering. Thank y'all for watching on the podcast. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be free of all suffering. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be free of all suffering. May I be happy, may I be healthy, may I be free of all suffering. May I be happy, may I be healthy, may I be free of all suffering. And may the love seed in my heart grow and touch the walls of my heart. Can y'all hear my husband's anime? Can y'all hear my husband's anime? Can y'all hear my husband's anime? And may the love seed touch the walls of my heart, the walls of my body, the walls of this room, the walls of this house, the walls of this neighborhood, the walls of this city, the walls of this state, the walls of this nation, the walls of this continent, the walls of this hemisphere, the walls of this world. May love grow out into the universe wide, wide, wide. And may all of that love that I just extended out press back into me. As above, so below. It's above, so below. Thank you, higher power. Thank you, higher power in me. You do all things well and good. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. And until next time on Love and Action Network, very long podcast episode. On behalf of Tara Paolo Studio, Poppy Water 33, and all of our leadership team and our fun bunch in Love and Action Network, we invite you, as always, to stay in your power, stay in your joy, stay loved and lovable, and we will see you very, very soon around our fabulous network. If you want to tap in the morning, just let me know. We are available through the website lovedandlovable.bio.link, lovedlovable.bio.link, lovedandlovable.bio.link. We've got a WhatsApp chat, a Facebook chat, an Instagram chat. I'm on Snapchat. We're in all the chats. And if you want to connect more often than you do, I see you. Raymond, I hope you're still here. I didn't mean to ignore you. I just got to talking to people on the Tickety Talk. But Raymond Francis, who I love, thank you for being here. Thank you for returning. Says, I love the energy positivity brings. God Only Knows is the song. You love, God only knows what I dream about you. You love that song? I love that song too. I love the energy positively brings. That's your I love statement. And God Only Knows is your song. And then you said, every time I tune in, it seems like you're saying exactly what I need to hear. That means that tonight's long podcast that I skipped eating my dinner early for, it means that it meant something. I always wonder if I'm on the right path and if I'm doing what I'm supposed to do with my life, bushy beard, crazy wig, and all. And you just confirmed that even though it was a bit long-winded, you said, every time I tune in, it seems like you're saying exactly what I need to hear. That means that we're connected. That means we're soul siblings. And that means that every time you stop by, I'll be happy to see you and hopefully share a message of love and hope with you. So thank you, Raymond Francis, for coming to the YouTube tonight and offering that love. Just know that I'm loving you back. And I think that you're loved and lovable. Not because you tuned into my live, but because you've always been loved and lovable. You're always going to be loved and lovable. And that's going to heal our hearts. And our healed hearts are going to heal the world. So, like I said, we went all over the place tonight. It was only supposed to be 10 minutes. An hour and a half later, I'm still here. But I'm happy that I said something that uplifted you. That makes me very happy, okay? And I'm sending you love wherever you are on the planet. And I'm sorry that I didn't see your messages sooner. Have a good night. Everybody that's tuned in on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok, thank you for listening. We'll see you very, very soon around the network.